Hi there, this is Roubina, artist, healer and spiritual guide, with your third video about how to heal from past wounds. I will put in the description box the link to the first two videos because it will, this one is the next section, and I will give aspects which are also which I've talked already in the first two videos, so please do watch the first two ones as well. In the second video I mentioned regarding the dimension of the heart, I mentioned that if we see a child falling off a bike, then we will need or want to give them some compassion. But oftentimes, once we've helped the child and we've taken them in our arms, we will ask them, so what happened? And he or she might say, well, you know, whatever, I didn't see this, or I was daydreaming. And if it happens regularly, then you probably would want to kind of investigate a bit further and see what went wrong. And whilst you're doing this, what are you using? You are using your mind, right? So in this section, we will be using our powerful mind to try help us heal. If your wounds are conscious, that means that you identified already what circumstance has hurt you and who are the people that have been involved in this. I invite you to, when you're ready, to say, okay, I'm going to try look at this situation from a third eye, with a third party eye. So as if I'm not involved, so in a detached way. For those of you who don't feel very much your emotions, you'll find this very easy. But for those of you who feel your emotions very well, it might be a difficult journey. So please don't rush into that aspect, because this aspect can only work if we also have dealt with the aspect of our emotions, so which I talked about in the second video. So this video is not there to be implemented right from this minute, so you can do it in your own time. So I'd like to invite you to look at this situation from further up and to look at it in a very factual way, even if it is a deep wound and even if it is a very obvious wound which comes from a difficult circumstance. I invite you to look at it on a factual way. This has happened. This person did this, I said that, to kind of rewrite the story from a detached point of view. One of the reasons being that when we're doing that, we are, as time goes, we will try remove the protagonists that are involved in the stories, because usually our wounds often come from people, yeah? So we'll try to remove those protagonists so that we don't get attached to those people. So we try to remove those people from the story. But to start with, let's try write this in a very detached way. This is one first step. The second step regarding this mind aspect is to ask yourself, especially if you've managed to write whatever has happened, and sometimes it can take ages, right, if you've got many wounds. So it's okay, you can take the time you need. Remember what I said in the first video, we need to not put any pressure on ourselves. The second step would be to identify with your mind, really, to say, okay, what value has not, what are values of mine that haven't been respected? What are the needs that I had that haven't been fulfilled? So values and needs. What are those that have not been respected and fulfilled? I invite you to write this on one side of your notebook if you've started to write in a notebook and say, but as I mean is really honestly, and again, there's no taboo. So you can, if you feel like, okay, I didn't feel respect from this person or from the situation rather, right? So we will try to detach from the person, but kind of more look at the situation. I didn't feel respect, or I feel like I haven't been listened to, I haven't been looked at, I feel like I am stupid, I feel like this situation makes me value myself as a piece of shit. It doesn't matter, as I said, there's no taboo. If your wounds are unconscious, then it's kind of even simpler. You see what your life is today, and if you see that constantly you're attracting towards you situations where you are being whatever, you're being not respected, or people are always cheating on you, whatever. In that case, you write really what are your specific values which you cherish that are not being nourished. I feel I'm never loved. I feel ugly. It is very hard to admit that to ourselves, but when you get to that point, and you will get to that point if you work on the heart aspect and you release your emotions, you will definitely get to that point. You write this down, and then we will repair this. Just as in the first video, we will use our more divine part, our higher self, or we will call in the energy of God, of the universe, to help us repair that. And how do we repair that? Again, simple ways. You write on the next side of your copybook, of your notebook. Copybook is like school, isn't it? You write on the next side of your notebook, if it was like, I feel stupid, you write on the next side, I am intelligent. I recognize my intelligence. And if you don't necessarily feel it, it's all right. You need to kind of just sort of think of this again. It's like somebody else is telling that to you. It's like our unconscious mind has registered some stuff, and we are trying to give some other information to the unconscious mind that, okay, maybe, yes, you think you don't deserve love, for instance. No, I deserve love. You can say I, you can say you, as long as you're sincere, which means that as long as you put in a drop of compassion, because just stuffing our mind with all kinds of beliefs without an ounce of compassion is what we call brainwashing. So do write this. And the other way is you can also look in the mirror and imagine that maybe it's your higher self that is telling you, or you can say to yourself I, whichever it is, whether it's I, whether it's you. If you feel like those wounds have made you feel like your body is worthless, or you are useless, then you will look at yourself and imagine the eyes of compassion and the divine, or even your higher self, telling you, you are beautiful. You deserve love. And do that as much as you need to, as long as you need to. And please bear in mind, just like I said for the emotion side, for the heart side, this sort of exercise might not be easy, and you might not be able to put it in place straight away. You might need to go through the other bits first. And sometimes we might say this one day, but deep inside we don't really feel it. Our unconscious mind hasn't registered it. So it's okay to come back to this 2 months, 2 years later, and go back to saying these things. The other way is you can record on your phone and just say those things to yourself. And when you go to bed, once you've breathed and you're relaxed, your subconscious is more ready to kind of accept some information, and then you can look at this video. And of course, if you record this video, you have to look at yourself with the eyes of compassion and say, I value you, or you are worthy of love, or I respect you, or your body is amazing. Because those wounds that we have, the effect that it has on how we view ourselves unconsciously, because consciously we might say, oh no, I know I look great, but if we kind of really think about it and we really kind of ask ourselves the questions, we might say, no, actually I think I'm quite horrible, really, or I think I'm stupid. So do be honest with yourself and then do this reparation exercise. For some people, I talked about like looking at this at the time that we are going to bed, because it talks better to our mind and to our heart also. If you need to kind of have a specific meditation, a healing meditation which is specific for you, then do get in touch with me, and this is one of my gifts. I can make healing meditations specifically for somebody regarding their own specific issues. And in the meantime, you can also go to my channel and go to the playlist and look at some healing meditations which can help you again deconstruct and reconstruct those ideas. I'm not sure at this point in time how many healing meditations there are, but there will be more and more. And obviously, as I said, we are giving this information, but the heart and the mind, if you're talking with your mind only, the heart won't understand. So healing needs heart and mind. So saying those things to yourself, whether in the mirror, whether writing, whether on the recording it, has got to be done with a drop of compassion. So heart, mind, and in the next video we'll be talking about how we can release the wounds from letting go in the body. And so do subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber yet, and let me thank the subscribers who are already watching me for a little while now. Please click the notification bell, because there are millions of videos out on YouTube, and if you don't click this bell, YouTube might not necessarily tell you when my next videos are coming up. So it's a shame really if you're starting to do this journey to miss out on what is coming up. And yes, do like this video as well. I wish you a good day, a good evening, and no rush, but trust. Thank you.